Okay, short-term rental family, welcome to this video. We're gonna be looking at an Airbnb listed for $650. Quite an opportunity. I'll give you some more details, but today I have my lovely wife with me and she's gonna be holding the camera for me. She doesn't like to be on video, so I try not to pan the camera at her as much. So baby, let's do this. Let's go ahead and walk out and start from here, because every time I look at a house, the first thing I do is I walk away from the house just a little bit. I like the grass, I like the driveway. We do have a street that seems to have some sort of traffic, but it's not terrible in my opinion. And now we're going to go ahead and, after taking a look at the neighborhood, by the way, painted that house. How nice is that? That's a nice house right there. Okay. All right, so this is already an operating Airbnb. It's got all the toys, all the games, already has the camera at front. We have 2 car garages. I know that it's been already converted. All right. So we might need to do some TLC, do some painting here in the exterior of the house. Okay, come on in. All right, so I like the fact that it's an open floor plan. I can see some of the pool right there. It's different levels. You open the door and you see the kitchen. You have a wood burning fire pit, forget what it's called. But anyways, this should be painted. We should get this painted so we can get rid of this color. It's a little dating. I already have some amenities. I believe that there may or may not be some cleaning people in here today. So this is really nice. You have a nicer extension of the kitchen with a wine cellar. So as far as being a $650,000 home, so far it looks like that. We got a nice island bay. It's not functional, but we have some cabinets and they seem to be self-closed. They seem to be modern, upgraded. Now, when I'm looking at that, I'm already seeing a lack of furniture. This property is making about $160,000 a year in income, in gross profits. But I do believe that it could use a little bit more decoration. Those tables seem a little bit too small. TV can be bigger, but that's okay. We don't have blinds, we just have those curtains. And then I see recessed lighting only on that side of the house. So we'll get those lights on in just a second. Another thing that I look here now, looking at the kitchen, this is nice. You have a nice fridge, very modern. You have a nice dishwasher, but we do have an outdated stove. So this would be one of the things that we can just completely figure out and match, so that it's all matching. Okay, and I do hear some noise in that garage, so let's go ahead and take a look over there and see what's going on. Hello. Huh, interesting.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so this is the converted garage. This will cost you a pretty penny if you do it on your own. It's not terrible, but you will be paying about 20-30K to get something done like this. This is really nice. Already painted, you can play. You have some recessed lighting. You don't see a garage door, which are behind these 2 walls. You know, you got the Pac-Man machine already going on, and you have the mini split installed. This is the electric panel of the house. Looks decent. These panels need to be upgraded, and they need to be at a certain age so you can get a decent insurance, especially for short-term rental. A lot of companies will deny your insurance request if that's not updated. Okay, this is also more money. Hopefully we won't get copyrighted for that stuff, so let's kind of stay away from this room, but awesome. Alright, and then immediately as you come out, you got washer and dryer room. Nothing special, nothing bad about it. Let's go ahead and turn the lights off. This house came back on the market. They were under contract, and I think that they were trying to extend the inspection period. The seller said no go. Seller's a little, hesitant to sell the house for a low price, and I understand why. It's an operating business. It's ready to go. You got all this stuff ready to go. It's all labeled. One thing I like to see is, how does this kitchen look with the lights on? So let's come over here, found the lights. Okay, and over that way. I would also paint these white, if possible, and I would change the fixtures so it looks fully modern. I will put fixtures like handles like this, all the hardware. I'll make it look like this. Okay, so far we've seen the kitchen, the living room, dining room, garage, and washer area. We're gonna go in the pool in just a second because I don't want you to get lose direction or sense where we're at right now. I just got those lights turned in. So this whole, I still can't forget the fireplace area. It takes over this whole space. This is where they're storing all their goodies for maintenance and management of the house. It does kind of break the house in half, but at least you have that whole open floor plan on the outside. This is one room so far, the first room that we've been in. We already have some colors going on. Again, it's decently decorated. This is one of those things that people might, like fill in some random used furniture. Okay, this doesn't go with the house at all, but it's a kid's room, right? Not so bad, not too bad. Then we have a second guest room. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I think it's a 2,000 square foot home, so it's much bigger than usual. I like that. It's listed as Clearwater, but I believe it's unincorporated Clearwater, so it caps at 10 people, maximum occupancy. So far, it looks okay. Decent. I mean, it's a plug and play option for people that are looking to buy a short-term rental and just go quick into reservation profit. It definitely looks nicer on the photos, so you just have some wear and tear from reservations. Okay, this bathroom looks nice. That's fine. Even though with the tub, that's fine. Perfectly fine. This is a guest bathroom right now. Just a shout out to my wife. It's a great camera lady, so I appreciate that. Okay, so we could use a little bit more lights, but I think it looks fine. We got it's not hurricane rated, but it's somewhat upgraded. It's somewhat newer, but it's not one of those hurricane impact window type things. So we'll put that on the side. Now here's the master room. I do like the master has a nice view to the exterior. You have a lot of people like to have eyes on their children as they're playing outside. So when you have a house where it's completely locked, you can't see out in the pool. It's a less interesting home. It's a less desirable home. This might be a little bit too small. Bathroom looks amazing. Okay, so we have walk-in closet. We have this huge mirror. I guess, ladies get ready type thing before their night out in town. I think that's a really good idea. I like that a lot, but this is what I like the best. This is a nice bathroom. I mean, you got a great shower, walk in, you got the nice rainfall, you got the sitting area so you can work on your nails or whatever it is that you need. And then you got this big old tub right here if you want to take some baths. That's cool, that's nice. You have some babies, some family relatives, they want to use it. Vanity is a little small, but I think this bathroom is perfect as it is. I don't think I need to add anything other than some deco. I will probably have some little like fake plants and things like that just to make this look amazing. I would go above and beyond on decorating this space just so that it feels so cozy in there. And you got vaulted ceiling right here, so this must have been an addition of the house, because the rest of the house is still at that same level. Okay. Now, the selling point of the house, is it really worth the $650? Because when I was looking at it on photos, I saw a lot more space around the pool. Now it's a little bit less. I think that it might be a good play for an investor to get rid of this enclosure. Now, we do have some vegetation on top of the pool, so it'll make your pool dirtier, etc. But I think it looks nice. And then, so this is a fiberglass pool. It's not necessarily a Marquise or a Pebble Tech pool, so it is somewhat of a less desirable pool. When thinking about purchasing a pool, you want to make sure that you get the best for your buck. But because it has the pavers, it makes it look. By the way, I didn't change my shoes, so they look awful. But anyways, these are my flat toe dumb boy shoes. Anyways, they look silly. So pool is nice. It's decent. It's not huge. It's it's a square pool, but it's got a good feature to it. It's a sports pool, so it becomes deeper as you go towards the end. All right, so let's pan this way. You should have fans, TVs, speakers, You know, this needs a little bit more. This needs to look a little bit better. You want to pressure wash this so it looks nicer, so it looks cleaner, and that's all I would do at this point. You know, you need a little bit better al fresco dining type table. You already have the fire pit outside, so let's go ahead and take a look at the full exterior of the house. Again, this house is 2,000 square feet, and I remember looking at the listing, the square footage cost comes in at $268 a square foot, which is great for a remodel home and already prepared and ready to go. You know, in a different market 2 years ago, this would have been a $700,000 home. So just to put it that way. You got all the turf going on. I think they intend to take some
Mini golf.
mini golf, yeah. Okay, the mini golf is right over there. Now, did they place this? Did a contractor do it correctly? I'm not sure. It looks like it. Now, this is another really good feature, by the way. This level of vegetation, although it could be trimmed back, adds so much privacy to the house. This is not something that you find easily. It is a little bit overgrown, but I do like having it. There's another 10 feet onto the fence, so it's a much bigger backyard, but cleaning this up is what's gonna cost some money. So a new investor, a new buyer could potentially consider just pushing this in and maybe setting up some more pavers, and it'll make this exterior look so much cooler than it already is. Okay, now the ones that we do like this, when we do a mini golf, I like to have some corners and curves and things going on, so it's more interactive. This seems a little boring to me. I like the ones where you have, you know, little channels and it goes up and down. We make them look like that, and they look more interesting in photos. This I'm gonna say this with a lot of respect. I think this looks a little bit like the homeowner made this on our own, you know, project, the homeowner project type thing. I'm not sure, maybe not, but you know, a contractor puts pavers like this for me, I will send them back. I'll tell them they need to do it again. This is not what I expect, so maybe they moved. Grill, too small, too little. You need a nicer grill, you need a bigger grill. So, I mean, this house is already making 160K. I believe it has potential to make more. Full equipment, AC unit, mini split. That right there is a gas reservoir from back in the days. People don't use them as much. They have sandbags, even though this is not in a flood zone. Okay, and then the neighbor's house. I can see the pool through all this. It looks pretty cool. Let's do a quick extension. That looks really nice. Okay, but I don't want to film somebody else's privacy, so. Alright, so the one thing I'm noticing on this house is that it doesn't have a pool heater. So I don't see an element heating the pool. So that's something that we need to add on top of. Alright guys. If you have questions, if you're thinking about buying an Airbnb, if you just want to look at numbers, if you're just considering, feel free to reach out. We'll be happy to help you. I have managers, insurance companies, contractors, decorators, painters, muralists, everything you need, stages, everything you're gonna need to run a successful short-term rental business here in Florida. And I also have an accountant, by the way, because you're going to be able to offset some of the cost of setting up these properties against your personal taxes. So that's a big thing right now for short-term rental investors, and I just want to make sure that you're taken care of. So thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next.